So today I'm going to show you that I can fill 24 tier 3 journals in a tier 4 blue zone in 30 minutes or less. Now this one has already started, it has 69 out of 900 fame. Come on now, I picked up a few scraps along the way. It's not a big deal, it's still 24 journals, okay? And we're going to eat the pork pie here, that's going to be our 30-minute timer. And well, let us, I'm going to go ahead and dismount here, and the timer begins whenever I eat the pork pie, and begin. Alright, so I'm going to actually spoil the video just a little bit for you. I don't actually manage to fill 24 tier 3 journals, I'm sorry, and there's a few reasons why, and let me explain. Most of the time, I can fill more than 24, but in this regard, I did stop and farm a lot of tier 2 monsters, and because it's a tier 3 journal, tier 2 Impalas do not give you any fame towards those tomes, but I am greedy because one Impala without premium is worth over 1,000 silver, and you can like pop 6 of them in one sitting, like right here on screen right now. There we go. So like, look at that. That was at least another 10 to 15k silver right there, which is basically worth 3 journals by itself. So there's no reason I'm not gonna do that. Okay. But another reason, too, is that the mob spawns were pretty against my favor. I didn't scout out this area today. This is the first time I skinned this zone today. And I'm going to most of my popular spots where there's large clusters of stags. But, as you can see, there's only like 2 or 3 at a time here instead of the usual 5 or 6. And the reason for that is because only a certain number of stags can spawn on the map at one time. In certain areas, and it's set for the whole day. Once the server resets, it'll change. But it turns out that they've all spawned, like most of them have spawned in the very bottom middle of the map. Like the very bottom corner, basically. And once I cycle around down there, you'll see that there's like 4 people just camping the spot constantly, which is not really how you should be skinning because, well, they respawn with only, you know, 1 stack of hide. But a lot of the spots that I'm visiting, especially in this middle upper section here, there's normally like 6 or 8 stags that spawn, but I'm only seeing 2 or 3. So this, I'm going to tell you right now, this video is the worst possible run that I've done in months. I like to show my bad runs because they're still good. They're still very profitable, they still make you lots of silver, and there's people that'll laugh that, like, why are you farming in a blue zone, why are you farming in a yellow zone, whatever, right? And it's because you don't have any risk against your gear, you don't lose gear, you won't be ganked and lose hours of your time. Like, imagine if you were out in the red or black zone gathering for a full hour, and you have an entire load, you know, on your character, and then a gang squad comes and kills you and takes it all. You've gained nothing. In the black zone, you don't gain faction points, which means, see right there, there was a massive pile of corpses being camped by a lot of players. I know it's kind of sped up, but you get my point. The thing is that this activity, there's no risk, and yes, I am faction flagged, so technically someone could come and down me, right? But it's very unlikely I could either fight back or get away because I do have the faction mount, and I'm mostly in 8.3, not my weapon though, because I don't need it to be. So anyway, it's very profitable activity, and it only took me about 2 minutes after this 30-minute chunk to get my 24 journals filled, which the live version of me will fill you in on here in just a sec. I'm post-edit Benji, by the way. I'm not actually somehow slowing down my voice enough so you can understand me coherently. That would be pretty silly. That would be actually pretty cool, wouldn't it? Like, if someone could talk so slow that when they speed up their footage that they would sound completely normal, I think that would be pretty cool. Anyway, the run's about over. You can see that my pork pie buff is pretty low and running out. But it's still a profitable run. It's actually my worst run. There was no baby drops. There was no skill tome drops. So, again, you're seeing the worst possible run, and it's still pretty damn good. Which means, you know, safe zone gathering, it's back in as long as the bots don't reswarm the game after the update. Hopefully not, but maybe SBI will do something about the bots. Anyway, I'll let live Benji take care of this part for you. Any second now. I think this is the last pull. Alright, that is time, and it looks like we didn't quite get 24, but we're at 22 and a half. So that's pretty good for 30 minutes. Now, I will tell you why I wasn't able to hit 24. I did stop and farm a bunch of tier 2 mobs, which tier 2 mobs are not giving me fame for tier 3. But also, on today's randomly generated, spawns, a lot of areas back here were lacking. Almost all of them were down here in the very bottom where, if you saw in the footage, because I don't know if you can because I'm going to speed it up, there was like several other skinners in that little spot, just camping it. I also got no 4.2s, I don't think. Yeah, I got no 4.2s and no 4.3s. So yeah, how much money did we make here? Let's see, okay? We're going to subtract 1.1 million, basically, from our total here. And another 182k, because those don't count. Let's see, the journals here was 85,000. Now, I'm actually going to get more value than that, because I'm going to turn them into the laborers. 61k, 28k, 57k, 12k, 20k, 55k, and 29k. So, if we look at the math, this was actually one of the worst runs possible because we got no baby drops and no tome drops. We did get a skill tome, but that doesn't count. It's only 20k. So that's it's pretty low, actually. It's a pretty bad run for us. So it's about 330,000 is about what we made in that 30 minutes. But we also made some faction points. I got about 3,000 in that 30 minutes. Again, not that high, not that great. But it's still pretty good for no premium. Remember, if I had premium, it would have been another 150,000 in just hides. So that's not too bad for 30 minutes. That's almost pushing 1 million an hour. And again, this was possibly the worst possible run. I like to show you guys the real runs. I don't sit here and cherry pick. I'm not going to sit around and reshoot this 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there until I get one where I do complete it. Most of the time, I do get 24 tomes filled. This time I did not, and I just want to show you guys that. I just want to make sure that you understand that this is how I operate, and that this is still a very valid and good activity to do. There's zero risk. Yeah, I'm faction flag. Someone could come beat me up, and what do I have to do? Repair my gear? Not a big deal. Like, repairs on this are not too bad, and unless they're also an 8.3, like, I'm not an 8.3, I don't have an 8.3 weapon, but I can still fight off people. And what I should be doing, even if I wasn't shooting a video, is I would have helped capture that control point, which would give me more faction points, which means more profit in the long run. So, anyway, guys, that is the video. I'm going to go ahead and fill up these last 3 journals here, and I will see you tomorrow. I got videos every single day on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. And with that said, click the video that's on the screen right now. It's a good one. If you want to learn how I'm skinning, I do have guides for that. You do need to be a channel member, though. Click the join button for that, $5 a month. Also, I've got a Discord. If you can't join the Discord, it's because for some reason Discord thinks you're under 18 years old, so fix that. I don't know how to fix that. You'll have to figure that out on your own. And also, yeah, that's all I got. See ya. Mwah. Take care.